What's going on, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason. I'm back for another YouTube video, man. We have been on absolute fire. I gave you guys one play in that YouTube video that I said definitely play Michael Wacha under 2.5 earned runs. He only got 2, so that catch he pitched also. I think it's like the 8th inning, so kind of made it a little bit sweaty, but nonetheless, a winner's a winner. If you're on my Instagram and you're not following me, make sure you follow me on @LOCKTALK. I gave another free play. Justin Steele over 5.5 Ks at plus 130. That was a blowout winner. But you're gonna ask, man, you've been giving all these plays. How did premium do? We absolutely swept it again. Justin Steele was one of those premium plays, so that cashed. Then we also had the Red Sox first 5 team total over 2.5 runs. They got 3. And then we had the Oakland Athletics over 3.5 runs. Over 3.5 runs for the full game, and that cashed as well. So if you've been with me, we have back-to-back sweeps, 6-0 this week. I think that makes me 20-5 in our last 25 games. So I mean, if you want to take the percentages, it's an 80% win rate. And yesterday was all plus money, man. So again, guys, show your boy some love. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, but at least the first goal is to get to 500, and we're almost there. So shoot me a subscription, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video or these plays, and let's get straight into it, man. Again, for my thanks for everyone who's been coming up here and, you know, tailing me, showing support. I'm gonna put a special code from my site right here so you can get into premium at a great discounted price. So guys, of course, like I did yesterday, the guy who won that free daily plan yesterday, if you guys want to participate, all you have to do, just put a comment on the video and I'll go live on Instagram and I'll give away a free daily card. All right, fellas, so let's get it going. So let me get straight into it. This is not one of the plays, but I was looking at Framber, but I guess, you know what, I'll talk about it. The one thing I'll say about this game is that it's a tough one because Framber, he's been pitching very, very well. He always had a great game against the Dodgers. We actually had the Astros that game, and he closed it out for us. I mean, he made it a little sweaty. I'm not going to lie. He made it a little bit sweaty, but pitched very well, got 10 strikeouts. But now he's going to be facing the Pirates team, who, you know, actually have been playing very well against lefties. In the last week or week and a half, they're actually a top 5 team in strikeout power against lefties. And just take a look at these numbers, man. On the season, not so great, but at least in the last 30 days, they've been playing very well. Pittsburgh beat the Astros yesterday, so anyone that kind of saw my insights on why Hunter Brown could have some trouble, they gave him some trouble, man. And I think they could probably get to Framber here. I mean, Framber is not my favorite pitcher. I mean, the only reason why I took him against the Dodgers is that the Dodgers have not been good against lefties. But, you know, how can you play this? I mean, can you do the under on his strikeouts? I don't even know what the line is. Under 7.5 is minus 163. So you would have to do under 6.5, which would be plus money. And I think that's a fair line. So it's tough, man. I think like the Pirates, they've been a typical team that you could strike out. But at least with their rankings so far, they have not been striking out too much. I mean, if you look at his pitch mix, the sinker, not too many guys that I guess have terrible numbers against the sinker, and the curveball is where they really get dusted. So, you know, it's a tough one. I don't think I would probably touch it. If anything, maybe what you could do is maybe the over on his 1.5 earned runs allowed, and that's a really risky one. But that's just because, dude, the Pirates have actually been hitting for pretty good numbers, man. WRC plus top 8 in the last 30 days, BABIP plus top 10. I mean, so they've been, even though they can strike out and their numbers in the season have not been the greatest, I do think Framber could get hit up. It's very possible. So it's not like it's something I was looking at since I had it open. I'll just mention it, but I don't know if I'm going to play it yet. So this is going to be a short video, guys. I mean, I don't like taking the early plays, but I'll give you guys another spot. I mean, I'm probably not going to play it, but just for like your informational purposes. The whole point of the YouTube video is really just to give you information that you guys could use to possibly, you know, make some plays and things like that. I guess the play I might possibly make a play will be the last one I talk about, but this one we've talked about my man before. Todd Bradley took his outs. I did mention his strikeouts. This game's early at 12 o'clock. I'm sorry, so one of the first games. So hopefully I get the YouTube video out early enough where you guys can possibly play it. But This is not a play for me yet. I don't like playing early games, but I just want to mention, I do think the matchup's pretty good for Taj Bradley. He's a strikeout machine. You saw what he did against Toronto, who is a very tough team to strike out. And over the season so far, 60% over the 6.5 line. He was at 4.5 against Toronto. He blew past that number. He pitches pretty deep into games, and now he's going to be going against a Miami Marlins team who has been striking out at a pretty high clip against right-handed pitching over the season. And in the last 30 days, higher than their season average. You also have to remember they did lose a few guys. They lost Josh Bell. They lost Chisholm too to the Yankees. I'm very happy about that, man. The Yankees, we got some talent, man. We're on the way. If you guys didn't know, I'm from New York, so I cheer for the Yankees unless I'm betting against them, which has happened many times this season so far. But I've been rolling with my guys before, but nonetheless, that doesn't matter. Pretty high strikeout rate in some against his pitch mix. So you see guys here at 40%, mid 20s, so average, and then lower down here in the lower half, pretty high percentage against the fastball. Against the splitter, these guys have not seen the splitter too much, but at least when they have, I mean, some of them are really striking out above 30% clip. And the last pitch mix he got is the cutter, but not too many attempts. Taj Bradley is one of the highest strikeout pitchers in the league, 95% percentile on Ks, 30% clip. This number gets even higher when he's at home. So I do think it's a pretty decent spot for Taj Bradley. If you look at his home splits, still pretty good, man. I mean, in the last 5 home games, destroyed everyone. Cleveland Guardians, a pretty tough team, even against lefties this season. The Nationals, when they had Lane Thomas and forgetting the guy that got hurt, but they've been pretty decent against lefties. Seattle's been actually a decent team against lefties, but they still do strike out at a decent rate. Chicago, I don't know. They've been disappointing, man. Baltimore, they're league average, but tough team to go against regardless. So I like my boy Taj Bradley. I think 6.5 K is a little bit high, but that's just because of the matchup. His line really should be usually at 5.5 or 6 flat, but 6.5 is really, I think, a good line. I do think he could definitely get there because he could definitely pitch pretty deep into games. Miami do swing at the batting at one of the highest rates in the MLB, but remember, they don't have Chisholm and they don't have Bell. That could be positive or negative for them, but I think regardless, the quality of their batting has definitely fallen. But let's talk about the last guy I was looking at, and this is my guy right here. It's not going to be a popular pick, but let's take a look at my boy Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies. And you're going to ask, why the hell are we looking at some random pitcher? I like those 2 other guys better. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're better. They're probably bigger names. Definitely Framber is. But I think Kyle Freeland at this price, minus 119. Let's see. We got to look at all the other odds. Yep, minus 120. It's pretty good odds. Please do not go BetMGM and Underdog and DraftKings. Like, go look at here. Go get the best line you can, man. If you learn anything from me, line shop. If you need some great books to place these bets, I'll put some links down below so you guys can get some bonus money, some free time with us in premium. If you sign up on any of these apps that you don't have an account with, you get free money, bonus money, sweat-free bets, and also a week free in premium. So go take a look, guys. But my man, Kyle Freeland, the guy is garbage. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, he's garbage, but he has a decent matchup. So let's take a look at who he's got against last time. He went against San Fran. They're a really good team against lefties. JP Sears got the job done against them last night. I wish I took Oakland money line, but team total over was still good plus money. So, but he went them against before, got the job done in Colorado. Cincinnati, KC's been a decent team against lefties, not the worst. The White Sox, and then the Nationals. Team that's been okay against lefties, man. So he's pitched against pretty tough teams, and now I believe he has one of the easiest matchups he's had all season long. He's been going against the LA Angels, who have been one of the worst teams against left-handed pitching, bottom in power, bottom in everything, man. So, and he will be facing a pretty tough lineup. We go against the sinker, their pitch mix, his pitch mix. They do pretty good against it, so that's a little bit concerning. The slider, not as much, and then the fastball, they're kind of league average. So even though the pitch mix ain't the best, the Angels' numbers so far not good. And